week 11 of the fantasy basketball season. Here's a few forwards I look to sell and trade this week. The first forward, LeBron James of the Los Angeles Lakers. So another great stat season it's been for LeBron James. But I just believe Father Time is going to catch up to him as the year goes on. And this Laker team, they're middle of the pack team, and I believe LeBron's going to get frustrated as well as the season goes on. The year, 24 points a game, 7.6 rebounds, 8.9 assists, 2.3 threes a game, and 50% from the field. In the last couple weeks, his numbers have gone up, 28.5 a game, 6.3 boards, 8.8 assists, 3.3 threes, and 57% from the field. So LeBron's put up numbers. He's been healthy for the most part this season here. But like I said, with frustrations, if this team goes on another losing streak after making that trade for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton, again, D'Angelo Russell off the roster, a guy who took a lot of heat over the last couple seasons for why they're not winning. And also, LeBron at 40 years old, he could go down at any time with injury. January 2nd versus Portland, 38 points, 3 boards, 8 assists, 7 threes, 60% from the field. January 3rd versus the Hawks, 30 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 threes, 65% from the field. And January 5th, right there for a triple-double, 21 points, 13 boards, 9 assists, a steal, 4 threes, 50% from the field. So LeBron, he's been hitting that 3-ball of late, where we know throughout his career he hasn't been a good 3-point shooter, and the field goal percentage has been up there as well. But in terms of overall, as a player, his plus-minus hasn't been good for LeBron. He hasn't been great on defense, but in terms of putting up stats and playing big minutes, he's still doing that for the Lakers. But like I said, something's got to give, I believe, with LeBron James. If he's going to get frustrated with this team once again and take some time off like he did a couple weeks ago, or he's going to get hit with the injury bug as LeBron at 40 years old. So right now, well, he's playing great basketball and there hasn't been any issues, and he's putting up good numbers. He's a sell-high player this week. The next player, Deni Avdija of the Portland Trailblazers. Deni Avdija, he's a sell-high candidate for me this week. Jeremiah Grant, he's been out over the last couple weeks here with injury, and Avdija is putting up points. He's played well this season with the Portland Trailblazers. But like I said, if Jeremiah Grant returns to the lineup sooner than later, those numbers are going to take a little bit of a hit on the season for Avdija. 13.7 points a game, 6.2 rebounds, 3.2 assists, a steal, 1.5 threes a game. But over the last few weeks, 20.3 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 1.7 threes, and 55% from the field. So he's scoring basketball, he's hitting the 3-ball, and his rebounding and assist numbers have been great, no doubt about it, for Avdija. But like I said, I don't believe he's going to keep it up at this great pace for the Portland Trailblazers and fantasy owners. And I think, especially when Jeremiah Grant returns, some of these numbers are going to drop off for Avdija. Last few games, January 2nd at the Lakers, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, with 57% from the field. January 4th at the Bucks, 19 points, 14 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, 3 threes, 50% from the field. And January 6th at the Pistons, 14 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, a steal, with 3, 46% from the field. So he's playing good basketball, no doubt about it, over the last few games here. And like I said, with Grant out, and even the rebounding has gone up a lot. 7 or more rebounds in the last 3 out of 4 games. But right now, like I said, well, he's at peak value, and Grant should be back any game now for this Portland Trailblazer team. I think Avdija is definitely a sell-high forward this week. And the third and final forward I look to sell and trade this week is Miles Bridges of the Charlotte Hornets. And Miles Bridges, it's been a solid season for him. We know he missed some time early in the year, but now he's been back in the lineup since December 13th for this Hornet team. And he's played good basketball once again this season. 17.7 points a game, 7.8 rebounds, 3.6 assists, 1.9 threes, and 41% from the field. His field goal percentage hasn't been good. Scoring the basketball has been good, and rebounding the basketball, and especially the last couple weeks, 21.2 points a game, 10.2 rebounds, 5.2 assists, a steal, 2.2 threes, and 40% from the field. Now, with Brandon Miller back in the lineup in the last game for this Charlotte Hornet team, I believe his numbers scoring-wise are going to go down here for Miles Bridges. And obviously shot attempts are going to go down as well with Brandon Miller. He's a volume shooter where he's got to take a lot of shots to get his points. And he's a young up-and-coming player as well as Miller. And with LaMelo Ball back in the lineup as well, like I said, Bridges, I think his numbers take a little bit of a hit, and I would sell him off this week. December 30th versus the Bulls, 31 points, 12 boards, 8 assists, 2 threes, 40% from the field. January 3rd at Pistons, 20 points, 9 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, a block, 3 threes, 31% from the field. And January 5th, in that return for Miller at the Cavs, 11 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a 3 in that one. So his shot attempts, we saw a couple high games, 17 or more. And that December 30th game, 32 shot attempts in that one for Bridges. So the volume, like I said, isn't going to be that, especially 30-plus shots in a ball game for Bridges. With Miller back in the lineup, he still could score a decent amount of points per game, but that's definitely going to go down. And his three-point shooting, and he's already not a good field goal percentage player. So right now, with all those factors, I think Bridges played over his head a little bit. And now with some players back in the lineups to sell high forward this week, so that's a few forwards I look to sell and trade this week. And I'm not saying dump these guys off or anything, but if you could get good value, this would be the time to do it for week 11 of the fantasy basketball season.